next reasonable thing to do is build the next computer. So a bit of a build update. We've ran into our first major problem. I bought this motherboard used on a good deal, and it's got a few problems. You buy used, you get burnt sometimes. First off, the least major problem is that there was a standoff and screw still in the motherboard, which was easily dealt with. I fixed it, but it's still worth noting. It's not a good first impression. And it's also missing the USB 3.0 thing, which means our front USB 3.0 ports aren't going to work, which is not good. Doesn't really look good in the description of the sale. And it did not come with the backplate, which is bad, because first off, it's near Christmas time, so Amazon is going to take forever to get it here, and they're like $10. So I got a solution for that. I had my friend 3D print one for me, so we're going to see how it works. Let's try it out. Hello, and welcome to episode 6 of Flipping Gaming PCs. A lot of things happen in this video. First off, as you're watching this build montage, if you will, I have just a few things to tell you. Well, one thing. So, I sold a few graphics cards off camera during episode 5 and this one. I did not get great videos of them, but I did get these pictures, which I will display as I say them. The first one was the 2060. If you recall from either episode 4 or episode 5, I made a computer and sold it without the graphics card, and which was a 2080 Super, and I sold the 2080 Super for $200, only $20 more than I bought it for, but I just pretty much sold it to get rid of it after it was sitting there on the market for a while. And the other one is a 3070 from Gigabyte that I bought specifically to make profit on. I bought it for what I believe to be $175 and sold it for $250 on Jawa plus fees and everything. And so we made however much profit that is. I'll display that as well. And yeah, just wanted to tell you about those graphics card purchases. In any such case, enjoy the build. I just cable managed the PC off camera, so it's all complete, and we're going to get a bench set up so we can test it. All right, so we got that test bench set up, and we're about to see and hope that it works. So I have the power turned on, and all we have to do is press the button and pray, as per usual. It's a good sign. It's a really good sign. That's blue lights. I think we're working. That. I'll have to look into that. I don't know what would be causing that. But hey, it works. I'm looking. My first assumption is that a cable is hitting a fan, but I don't see anywhere that would be happening. but it works. I'm going to look into that fan thing, rerun it a few times, get back to you. So after trying to download Windows, I found out the issue. It's the hard drive. Through those clicking noises and the fact that Windows wasn't downloading properly, the hard drive is failing and we can't use it. I actually already had bought a 500 gigabyte SSD a few weeks earlier, but decided to use a hard drive because I already had it laying around and it would be free. So it actually works out pretty well, but unfortunately it does add another $60 to our budget, which is what it is. So I'm going to get that fixed and download Windows. Now that that's fixed, it's time to download Windows. Let's get that done. And after successfully downloading Windows, we ran some testing benchmarks like Furmark and user benchmarks, and then doing some other important things like driver updates and moving the taskbar, of course. A new problem has awoken, let me tell you. Sorry for the bad audio here, but with testing, another problem has come to light. So I'm just going to give you the full details. I bought this graphics card off a friend. He has multiple of them. And if you look down here, look at that fan. You can't, I mean, you kind of can, but it's really, really, really wobbly. Like, the far left one's good, the middle one's a little wobbly, and then the far right one's real bad. So after taking it apart, I found that there's some rust buildup in that fan. And although it works, do not get me wrong, it works. It'll run Furmark. It gets wicked hot. And I just don't want to sell it to somebody, the graphics card, that fan isn't working properly. So I'm going to have him replace it for me. No big deal. It's just a bit of a delay. So get an update and replace it tomorrow. Great news, the white PC has probably sold. A lady messaged us on Facebook Marketplace saying her kid was interested in this, and we're going to meet her in about an hour. The PC is resetting for the full asking price of $600, so I should make roughly between $150 to $200 in profit on this, if it goes smoothly. Let's see if it goes smoothly. So I get a Facebook message out of the blue from a lady who wants to buy a computer for her grandson. And so she wanted to meet that day very soon. So I reset the computer, I get it all ready, and we go. We get there, and the grandson that she's buying it for seems very like he had a pretty decent idea of what he was talking about. It went well. And then came the part where they're going to pay. And she says, "Would you take $500? Just try to remember that she agreed to $600 quite earlier. I think I neglected to say that, sorry. But she agreed to $600 earlier. And so she bartered us on the spot, and although through a bit of bartering I did get her to $550, it's still the first time that anyone's pulled that on me, and it is something I will be watching out for later. Just something I wanted to say. Okay, so a little update. I have yet to get the replacement graphics card for this slightly broken 5700. I'm going to get it, but since the graphics card still functions and I can still download softwares to change the colors, I'm just going to take pictures to get it on like Marketplace and stuff like that. But I still need the replacement card, so here are the pictures. And now we get these listed. And now we play the waiting game. We have likely made another sale. We got it at asking price at $550. I'm pretty happy with it. And I'm going to tell you the profit margins after the transaction has officially been completed. Money is in my hand, and there's no going back. See you in a sec. We've got the money. The sale went perfectly. Guy didn't try to pull any moves on me, and he seemed to be pretty knowledgeable. He had quite a few questions. Our computer met all of them, and so I got asking price of $550. Now I built it for $460. Obviously sold it for $550, which gives us a profit of $90, which isn't huge, but that's not what this computer was exactly meant to be. Meant to be kind of a short sale. And the other computer, I don't exactly remember how much I built it for. It was either 400 or for 50 or somewhere in between. So we'll just say we got $100 profit from that, which makes a good 2 builds, good profit. And after counting all the money that we've made from the computers just in general, I have $1,100, which is good, judging how I started from $0 about a year ago. And now, in the next episode, we're going to order more parts. And in case you haven't been living under a rock, RAM and SSDs are pretty expensive. RAM, DDR4 RAM, I can get with a find deals for. But SSDs, on the other hand, I think that's way harder because, people might try to put some bad stuff on their things before they sell them, especially on Facebook. So I'm going to be switching to hard drives for these next few builds because I can make more profit and sell them for cheaper. And the cheaper the build is, usually the faster it sells, in my experience. So you'll have to wait till next episode to see the next builds. In the meantime, let's end it off with Chewy. Chewy, tell me your thoughts on the RAM crisis. I can see you're so disturbed by it that you cannot even speak. And the question of the episode today is going to be, are hard drives completely outdated, or do they have a place in this PC gaming world right now? Give me your answers in the comments below, and see you in the next episode. Goodbye.